think a lot of people think when they start their own business, they're going to have all this freedom, they can go on holidays, they can have all this money. Then they start their business and like most of us, especially the ones who are really passionate, they get obsessed. Obsessed. So I know for me, I was 6-7 days a week, no less than 12 hours a day. And it was just constant.
Yeah.
Did you go through that phase yourself in your business? And if so, like how did you start to tone it down a bit and actually just enjoy yourself a bit more?
I would say I'm still there.
Yeah.
There's an element of me there.
Everybody is that's passionate.
Yeah.
We wake up and think about our business.
Yeah, and do you know what? That does set people apart in this industry. And there's not very few people, but there's not a massive amount of people that I know that have got the energy and passion with their business, whatever it is. I'm not just saying about beauty businesses as well. I'm just speaking in general. You have to be obsessed to a certain degree.
You have to love it. You have to be so passionate about it.
One, again, talking about the transparency, the authenticity, the obsession is there, but also the creative ideas come when you're obsessed. Yeah, like not obsessed with an unhealthy obsession, but creative ideas come when you least expect them, but you're still thinking about it. Like on the way here, I was thinking about so many different things. And then I was like, oh, Tara, you need some Google reviews. So I was like, just popped on a story about Google reviews. I need some Google reviews.
A few,
so it's just things like that. And don't forget, a Google review is going to give me credibility and you know, it goes on from there. So I wouldn't say that I'm not fully there, but I don't expect myself to ever not be. But I would say there's a healthier balance in a way that I will now allow myself to go on holiday. Will I work on holiday? Yes.
Because you like it.
When I mean, yeah. But I like it. I enjoy it. It's not like I'm like, oh, for God's sake, I need to go and do an hour on Instagram post and I'm going to do it. It's not like that. No. It's if it feels like that to you, then you're not in the right job. There may be something else in the industry that that you should do. And a lot of people, and I definitely have been guilty of it, is been on the comparison train. And looking at other people, and that was one of my biggest things I needed to break down was actually imposter syndrome.
Okay, talk to me about imposter syndrome.
Okay, imposter syndrome is basically where you don't believe that you deserve it. You don't believe that you're good enough at it. You don't believe that people believe you. Imposter syndrome is almost like your ego protecting you from failure.
Yeah.
Would that be a good description of imposter syndrome?
I think
so I think I had imposter syndrome because I used to think, and maybe there's occasional times where I still do, and I see girls that are absolutely amazing in this industry and they are smashing it. And I think, oh God, I wish I had her confidence. But then people will look at me and say, Tara, you're so confident, like you don't know. So I think imposter syndrome is something that you kind of have to get over. Yeah. You have to get over it.
Just push through it.
You just have to push through it and just think, you know what, if they're going to judge me because I've done this, then that's what it is. But and I don't look at any people anymore and I think, oh my God, why has she got that? I think, what is she doing? Like, what is she doing that I'm not doing? And learn from them. And like I say, you'll go on Instagram now and I'll see people with like 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 followers. And I'm like, what the fuck are they doing that I'm not? Why I'm posting every day. It's not even getting any interaction. And then a couple of weeks ago, imposter syndrome normally comes to me around PNT.
Period time.
Yeah, which is completely normal, guys. And if you get imposter syndrome when you're due on,
check your calendar.
Check your calendar and distract yourself. And I went on and I was like, God, look at her social media. Her account was massive and it was like lots of advice. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to change my Instagram. And then I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. So I thought, right, do you know what? Let's go and have a look at a diary. There was a booking every day. Available. And that's not knocking it because that is completely normal.
But followers don't equal bookings.
And I was literally obsessed, like, why have I not got 10,000 followers already?
Yeah, but you're booked up 6 weeks in advance.
I'm booked up more than 6 weeks. The team is starting to catch up with me now. Like, we're really getting to a point. I've got to remember, it's not me anymore. It's not just me.
Yeah.
Like, I remember thinking, I want to be booked up for a month in advance. And then I got a team. And I still had the same expectation when I had a team. Why aren't we all booked up? Tara, that was 40 clients that you needed to find. Now you need to find 80.
Yeah.
You know? So recognising where your goals were before and going back to the imposter syndrome, it's really like looking at it as a bigger picture and saying to yourself, you're not them, you're you.
Yeah.
And there's people looking at you that are thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
So just remember that whatever stage you're at, whether you're just starting, there's someone that's still working a corporate job that wants to be where you are.
Have a fucking client base of 5.
You're getting 10 staff, and there's someone with, you know, 1 that's thinking, how the fuck am I to get 10 staff? You've got 10 staff, you'd probably stress the most out of anybody.
Yeah.
So, you know, the imposter syndrome, PMT, guys, connect them two together, because them, you know, you need to get distracted at that point.
There's a lot that can be said about PMT, PMD, the time of the month, and the direct link that has with your confidence as a business owner, with 100%. Your attitude, with your energy. So even for me now, and I'm so aware of it, and I track all my periods and everything now, even for me now, I will have at least one thought a month where I think, quit everything and just work behind the scenes on my husband's business, because I could make that work, and I wouldn't even have to have my face out there.
I get that.
And I have that thought every month without fail. Like, I know. And I know now when it comes, I'm like, where's your period? Oh, it's due in 3 days. That's why the thought's there. Tell you what I'll do. If I want to still do that 5 days when my period's gone, then I'll think about it. But I never do.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I deal with it. I just say to myself, let your period come, have 3 or 4 days, and then ask yourself the question, do you still want to do that? And the answer is always
yes,
no.
of course.
Couldn't think of anything worse than working with him.
I mean, yes, you want to do what you do,
He's riddled in ADHD and doesn't listen to me. I'm like the last person he listens to, but I'm always right, obviously.
I would just feel like no successful business owner in any walk of life has ever not thought,
I'm quitting this shit.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, screw this, I don't want it.
Yeah.
And every month it definitely comes up to me. It definitely comes up probably to most of the listeners listening to this, where they just think, I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah. And then yesterday, this is PMT time for me now. Yesterday I found myself really, I couldn't really concentrate, and then imposter syndrome comes in. It's like, you've got so much on and you've got this coming and you can't do it, you can't handle it. See, you can't handle it. And then instead of letting that build momentum,
you're aware.
I'm aware. I got my running trainers on. My friend dragged me out for a run. I got in bed, I read a book, and you know what? It was gone. And today I felt absolutely fine. It was just
that's
it was
growth, though.
It's growth, such growth, because now I can, and every one of you listening that does go through that, you will get to a point if you put in the hard work and, you know, follow
yourself,
follow the guidance, and you will get there.
Yeah, definitely.